go to the list. Let's start with the guy named Parham. He can play football. Outside of that, he's a lost cause.
That's
You agree, right?
That's Pana.
Agreed.
One. The girl that sell ice cream, what's your name? Some kind of Potter?
Gladys Potter.
Gladys Potter.
Where never go with she? The most you can say, she not bad looking.
That's 2.
Okay, fine. And this is not a beauty contest. If it was a beauty contest, I'll put Marie for bang she off.
Look, let's move on. Yes.
Oh boy. Next. 4.
Next, exactly.
Let's go
Next.
France.
France.
France lost his morning. You know, there's an allegation as well that he didn't complete PM school. Now, what France needs to tell the people of Antigua and Barbuda is if he left Princess Margaret to go abroad, I'm told that, you know, he too did not complete his secondary schooling. So, France, I'm asking you a question. And I would like you, when you go on your radio program, tell us what happened at Princess Margaret School. Because if you too are a dropout, then I want to know if the UPP has now turned the United Dropout Party. I want to know if you're all united around dropouts. Then you have the girl there, what's her name? Quinn.
Pearl Quinn.
She dropped out of, what do you call it there?
Banking sector.
FCIB.
Oh, yes.
She still says so. She said she dropped out. She said she couldn't deal with Whitehall. She got Whitehall. So she dropped out and gone on the bread line. Another dropout. She didn't even stay on to maybe you know, complete her thing and go on retirement and so on. She dropped out. Like, who else you looking at? Boyne. Poor Boyne. You know, Boyne was known for in the Labour Party administration, the man with the jumpy pots.
I remember you saying that, but let's look. Not this afternoon,
if you believe him line, right? Ask Minister Malwin Joseph. Me, Boyne, and Minister Joseph went to China. And we went to a museum, and they were telling her, they showed us some pots that the Chinese thousands of years ago used to catch jumbi and store them in the jumbi pots. Apparently, about 3 of them, either 3 or 4. If you believe I'm lying, anytime at all, Sir Malwin comes back on your program, ask him. Anyway, we all know what's happened with him as well, why he had to serve time. And you know what I find? Whenever these people get a little reprieve, yeah, and people decide not to challenge, appeal, and so on, and they get away on all kind of technicalities, they come back later, 10 years, 20 years later, and say victimization, political victimization. Y'all think the people stupid? So, another loser there, clearly. Who else you have? Oh, man.
You have Alec Brown.
Next.
Well, maybe Alec can say that, you know, he has a little supervisory position at
Jolly Beach.
At Jolly Beach. You know, again, and now you don't want to be snobbish. What do you say about it? One thing he coming up against the Giants, so you know you're going to lose anyway. There's no way that the people in St. Louis are not going to let go Sir Robin for, you know, somebody like Alec.
Richard Lewis.
Richard Lewis. You know, I mean, I tend to be very objective. Richard Lewis is well trained. You got to give him that.
True.
I don't know that he's been involved in any act of unintegrity, but he doesn't connect very well. Now, I hear him saying that he's beating Landell. Well, guess what? He can continue bang Landell, because Landell now come next election. You're going to get blown away by a gale force wind.
Yes.
Next.
Cartwright Marshall.
Cartwright has some capacity too. I mean, I would say a reasonably well-trained mind, but I'm not impressed with his thinking. When you listen to his line of reasoning, he's just off cue. But again, he's coming up against, one of our female giants, Samantha. And I have to tell you, Cartwright doesn't appear to be in good health. I mean, he seems extremely frail. And again, I'm not trying to undermine him in any way, but I'm just telling you from observation, he looks as though if a good gale of wind farm passes, that he probably gets blown away too. And I have no doubt that Samantha is going to take him out again.
That's not
Who else?
No, it's who release?
The guy Joseph.
Who release?
Not yet. I didn't want to.
Okay,
The guy
sorry.
Joseph
Who Joseph that now?
coming up
Coming
against
against
Samalwid.
The whiskey boy?
Yes.
He just a busybody. He had none for offer. I come up against him, Malvin. No comparison.
Sean
Look
Bird.
at the employee. I mean, just a busybody.
Why are you leaving
With
Howard?
that kind of girlish talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean
We are
Bird.
now?
Sean Bird.
Oh, Lord.
A waste of
Sean.
time. Let's move on.
Anyway, he paid for the checks as yet, the bounce check.
You can't ask me that. You can't ask us that. We're into radio here. We don't deal with the banking part of it and whose check bounces and not.
Hey, Sean and them there are unfortunate, you know. Now, Sean was born with a silver spoon in his, well, not even silver, gold spoon. Got all kind of opportunities and squandered them. Even the couple of properties that VC left him on Fort Road there, Sean said, "Let me have the money now, rough now, you know." What Sean is looking now for is a financial reprieve. He's trying to get some kind of opportunity. But outside of that, Sean's contribution to the country, what, as a knocking on a radio station, what has he really done? What's his claim to fame? It took Sean about 20 years to complete a law degree. And we're not even sure if he finished up to now. Never worked in his life. All he did for his entire life is just occasionally to knock around ZDK. Never did anything constructive. Where are we going with Sean? Sean is a lazy man. Sean doesn't love to work. Sean feels that he has a right of entitlement, and that because he's Severe's grandson, he feels that automatically should be his meal ticket. But guess what? He doesn't stand a chance. And again, nothing to offer. I gave the man a job, as you all know. Man collected government money for a couple of years and did not go to work. I had to fire him. Can't sue me because it's a fact. Now, if a man got an opportunity to serve, take government money, and did not serve, how can you now justify elevating a man who literally got paid and didn't do no work? What are you going to do? Put money in his pocket, more money in his pocket to do the same thing? And Sean is not a young man now. Sean is closer to 60 than to 50, you know.
We move on.
So, again, I have no doubt Maria will take him out. Dead duck. Next.
No, not yet. Anthony Smith.
Some prospects, but he's not ready yet. And now that Michael Brown has gotten rid of his legal problems, Michael is going to wipe his face in the dirt.
All right. Harold Lovell.
I thought that Anthony Smith, during the year that, you know, Michael was struggling, and, you know, obviously Michael knew he was going to get exonerated, but he had this thing hanging over his head. I thought that Anthony Smith would have gone into the constituency and try and, you know, cement himself. Apparently, the man went to the United States for most of the time, you know. He's not serious. I mean, he seems as though he just wanted to see his face in a poster. What else you have?
Cleon Attil.
Oh, gosh. What did I say about it now? I mean, no comparison for Chet. None.
Okay. Harold Lovell.
Harold Lovell, nobody has to ask exactly what they're going to get from Harold Lovell.
They don't
I
know.
just gave an example in which he borrowed nearly $1 billion between the credits that he got from Petrocaribe of $250 million, the 320 from IMF, the 135 from CDP, the other $135 million from Alba, about $1 billion. And instead of growing the country's economy, collapsed it. There's no other finance minister in the world that would have experienced 4 years of economic contraction and would have collapsed an economy by 25%. It never happened in the history of the world. Not even in Haiti, which is the poorest country in this hemisphere. Anyone would have witnessed such a dismal economic performance. So they can try and repackage him all they want. But the stats do not lie. That Harold Lovell has dead hands. Everything he touches, he botches. He has no success. The most you can say about him is that, yes, okay, fine, academically, you know, he's qualified, he can talk, you got to give him that. But outside of the rhetoric, the man cannot perform. and